So you just embarrass yourself in 4K on this big old internet and you didn't even get nothing from it. You didn't get attention. You didn't get no money. You didn't get anything. Now you just got your family and friends seeing you online being crazy. Maybe a week or two ago, I posted a video about people just jeopardizing their morals in order to win, right? The way I started the video was like, are you willing to do something strange for some change in order to succeed? I thought about this too, and so what are my thoughts? What are my thoughts when it comes to attention and people just doing the most to get it? On one hand, I can understand, right? We live in an attention currency, so the people who get the most attention usually get the most clicks, views, and usually that equates to money somewhere down the line. So maybe they don't initially get money when you click on their video, but then once you get invested into them and then they have this opportunity going for them and you purchase tickets from them or you purchase their product, they eventually get money somewhere down the line. And it all started from that first click, right? So I get it. People want more clicks. More clicks means more money down the line for them. I get that. But to what expense? And sometimes I think we're not thinking about the cost, the invisible cost it takes for you to get attention these days. We are in a society where usually the negative attention is what gets the most clicks, the most views, the most engagement. And yes, there's a lot of people who are profiting off of the negative attention that they get, but I just feel like people aren't considering that, okay, let's just say you go viral, you get a whole bunch of views, right? What about your morals and your ethics? How do you look in yourself in the mirror and be okay with the person that you see after you've done X, Y, and Z? What you've done to get those likes and views and that attention isn't aligned with the person that you want to be, but because you are thinking about fame and people looking at you and thinking about you and potentially money, you're just doing the most to get it. And I just don't feel like it's worth it. And I feel like it's good to hear it coming from me, because on this channel I'm also showing you my process of relaunching my business, and I talk about ways of making money, the projects that I've started to help people, and also help myself in achieving my financial and just lifestyle goals. I talk about that. So I'm someone who realizes like we are in a capitalistic society and, you know, money makes the world go around in one aspect, right? But at the same token, I just feel like when you have an abundant mindset and you realize like, yes, you have to put your best foot forward, and yes, you got to get traction, yes, you got to get views, and yes, you got to get engagement. At the base of it, the foundation level, you have to have a set of principles that you just don't dabble with. No matter what check is waiting for you around the corner, no matter what door could possibly open for you, if it's not aligned with those basic principles, you just can't do it. Like say somebody's saying, oh, Katrina, go flash yourself on the internet and I'm gonna give you $1 million check to put into Ivy Rose Beauty so that it can blow up. Sorry, that's not aligned with my principles. Sorry, I'm just not gonna do it. You know, and I'm not saying this as somebody who's like a prude and who hasn't done risque type of things in her past. Yes, I have. The thing about it is, a lot of the risque things that a lot of us have done, like maybe the millennials and the people that are older, it wasn't really broadcasted on the internet. Growing up, they always said, you know, be careful what you put on the internet because it always follows you. People nowadays, they don't even care. Even people that are my age and a little older, they just don't care. They're just so money focused, fame focused, and they are willing to risk it all for that momentary instant. Why are we faltering from like just having, you know, principle and morals about ourselves? Like, why are we drifting so far away? I want to talk about this because I'm not even in my 30s yet. I'm still in my 20s, and I just feel like it's getting worse and worse. I'm seeing people that are my age with children and they don't care. They feel like they're doing what they need to do to feed their family, and I get it. But at the same time, I feel like there's other avenues. If you're willing to go hard and really just like crash your morals into a wall, how about you crash yourself in the opposite direction? If you can just go headfirst into the things that you know are not good for you, how about you try going headfirst into the things that are risky but could potentially have a greater, healthier output? Some of us have 9-to-5 jobs. Instead of, posting risque content online to get, quick cash from weirdos online, how about we quit our 9-to-5 job and go 10 feet towards our business, or 10 toes towards an opportunity that's 1,000 miles across the world. Like, let's go in the opposite direction. People are doing things, and then as they get a little bit older, they realize and they self-reflect. And more power to you. I love that, because everybody has room to grow. Just because you make a mistake is not the end of the world. However, I just want us to just like pause, because I do believe like we can learn from other people's mistakes. We don't always have to be the ones that are doing the dumb things and then having to learn from our own mistakes. We can see that, okay, yeah, maybe that girl that's posting whatever or doing whatever to get attention, maybe she has a quick, buck coming towards her, but does she look happy? Does it look worth it? Would you be okay with doing what she's done to get to where she is and still not be happy? Like, I feel like money is never worth you compromising on who you want to be, because we all know the worst jail that you could possibly be in is a mental jail. So if you're being held captive by the poor decisions that you made to get $1, it doesn't matter how much money you make. We see it every day where millionaires, billionaires, people that have the world within their hands, they're jumping off of buildings, they're committing, or they're just not happy, they're depressed, they're on drugs. Yes, money's wonderful, okay? It gives you so many options that we all hope to have one day. But when we take it too far and compromise our foundation, like, it's not worth it. I just don't feel like it's worth it. Honestly, because I like to get literal, because some people don't understand when I talk in a certain way, so I'm gonna try to get even more literal. We all don't need that much money to survive. We really don't. A lot of us still live with our parents. Shout out to the parents who are not charging their kids to live with them. Like, maybe you need 2,000, 3,000, depending on which city that you're living in to survive. But that's something that a 9-to-5 job can get you. That's something that Uber Eats in a car can get you. Like, it's never worth it. Is 10K, 100K, $1 million worth you doing the very most? And then the next year, when everything's died down and your fame has subsided, because your 5 seconds of fame is just that, just 5 seconds. So you better run that back for those 5 seconds that you have that fame. Is it worth you being a regular Joe Schmo the next year and having to look at your poor choices? And usually the people who run it up and get that bag real quick off of those poor choices, they don't even have the financial sense to preserve or build upon that bag. So they're back to square one once that fame has run out. I don't want to condemn anybody. I want this to be a space where we're just like reflecting and holding ourselves accountable to the choices that we've made, will make, or could make. In the sense of evolving, we have to realize, like, we don't always have to make the poor choices to learn. Like, I already know that's a setup for failure. You already know if you do the risque thing, you may or may not, and that's the crazy thing, you may or may not even get to the bag after that. You may or may not even get any lick of attention. So you just embarrass yourself in 4K on this big old internet, and you didn't even get nothing from it. You didn't get attention, you didn't get no money, you didn't get anything. Now you just got your family and friends seeing you online being crazy. No matter whether you get to the money, you get to the fame or not, we have to really look at ourselves and really think, okay, let's say I get whatever number from this situation. Could I look at myself in the mirror after doing this, right? Is it worth it? Is there any other avenues that I can look into to run it up and get to that attention and get to that bag that I'm, looking for? I just feel like there's alternatives, and we should like look upon each other and see what other people have done, because not everybody who's wealthy and living well and doing good and has popularity, not everybody is doing weird stuff. Not everybody's doing something strange for some change. So let's look into the ways that they have blossomed and try to do that before we even think of compromising on our morals. So that was really the gist of what I was trying to say in that TikTok. I just don't feel like we need to do anything strange for some change. I feel like we have the internet and we could really capitalize on this thing and still look ourselves in the mirror and be like, okay, I did what I had to do. I worked hard. It wasn't pretty, but I could still see myself in the mirror and be proud of who I see, because my principles didn't fold. I worked hard, maybe my relationships kind of faltered. Maybe I wasn't my best self. Maybe I wasn't the best friend or best sister, but I wasn't doing nothing strange. My grandmother could look me in my face right now and be okay with the person that she sees, because there's nothing online that she can click on and be like, Katrina, Jessica, Tommy, who is that? What are you doing? You don't gotta worry about that. If I'm talking pure basura, let me know as well. I wanna understand your perspective and whether you think it's worth, you know, folding on your morals to get a certain amount of likes, attention, or money even. Is it worth it? But anyways, as you know, this is a channel where we learn, create, and evolve. My name is Katrina Nicole-Ivy, and thank you so much for watching.